The University of Kentucky is part of the so-called Libby study, named for a late-stage dementia patient who's inspired researchers to look at alternative ways to help dementia patients with agitation, anxiety, and depression. Those include ways to use cannabis. The study looks at THC and CBD compounds found in cannabis and how they can help with dementia. More on this in tonight's look at medical news.
Like all medicines, we have to go through clinical trials to prove whether or not the medicine actually helps and to make sure that it doesn't have side effects. And medical marijuana is really no different. And so we all know that recently Kentucky has approved medical marijuana, and it's approved for many different conditions, but dementia, comfort care in the later stages of disease is not one of those indications. And we really do feel that that was an oversight that needs to be corrected. But the Libby study that we're doing is addressing this point directly. This really is a pivotal study funded by the National Institutes of Health, nationwide, multi-center, enrolling patients, providing medical marijuana to really examine those benefits. We have very few medicines that actually can allow someone to maintain their quality of life and yet experience comfort rather than agitation. And medical marijuana may actually be one of those miracle drugs for just this purpose. We hope to see reductions in depression, reductions in anxiety, increased appetite, better sleep. The brain actually has receptors that directly interact and are stimulated by THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, that's in marijuana, and that these are tightly tied to anxiety circuits, circuits that can give us a sense of peace when anxiety rises. And so there's biologic evidence that this should work, and there have been several early studies in dementia that have actually shown positive benefits in patients with elevated anxiety or agitation, that medical marijuana is extremely safe and extremely effective without knocking somebody out. What we're finding is exactly what was found in the earlier, smaller studies. Excellent safety profile. It's not knocking people out. They're awake, they're smiling with their families rather than being agitated, combative when they need to bathe or get dressed and need assistance for those activities. They're smiling and laughing, where before the study they were miserable, crying, fearful, and agitated. So anecdotally, we're seeing tremendous benefit, but the study needs to complete.
Although the study is underway, Dr. Jica says they're struggling nationally and in Lexington to find patients for it. Find out more about the study at libbystudy.org. Speaking of medical marijuana, the Kentucky Cannabis Industry Alliance kicked off on January 1st with the mission of helping license holders get their businesses up and running. A familiar face is leading the alliance, former state representative and House Minority Whip Rachel Roberts, who retired from the Kentucky General Assembly at the end of last year. Roberts now serves as the executive director of the Kentucky Cannabis Industry Alliance. Her job is to oversee support for licenses, sees the cultivators and processors all the way to the dispensaries. Roberts says right now that includes helping cultivators find locations for greenhouses and connecting businesses with banking partners. She says the goal of the alliance is to get products to patients in Kentucky as safely and as quickly as possible.
I don't expect everybody to be at full capacity anytime within the next couple of months. I think that will be several months down the road, but I do think that we'll start to see some product coming into dispensaries in Kentucky this summer.
Roberts also says her group's long-term goal is to expand what diagnoses are permissible to receive medical cannabis. The current legislation does not permit terminal illness or ALS patients to receive the drug. We'll hear much more about the Kentucky Cannabis Industry Alliance tomorrow night on Kentucky Edition right here on KET.